Spirit 105.3. Hello.
Hey, Erica. This is Jason Gray calling.
It is always such a delight to talk with you. How are you, Jason?
I'm doing well. It's a delight to talk with you, too. Thank you for wanting to speak with me and for just being a very encouraging presence in my life. Thank you very much.
Jason, you're just the best. You have this beautiful, rich relationship with Jesus, and I just want you to know it comes through your words, your music, and now, wait, what? Your children's book. Congratulations on Sparrows.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very, very grateful and excited. Thank you.
Well, I can't wait to hear the story behind it. But first, I would just love to talk about children's books with you because some of my most treasured memories are of me reading children's books myself as a kid or reading them to my children. So what do you think makes a really good children's book?
Oh, I mean, there are children's books, I think you know what I mean in this, that may pander a bit to kids, right? You know, as opposed to the ones that inherently kind of respect children and respect the inherent wisdom that they have, you know, which is all in the Gospels, right? Unless you come as a child, you know. Scripture in a lot of ways upholds childlikeness as like the highest form of wisdom, right?
Yep.
You know, and so I think the books that somehow recognize that and honor that are the ones that I like the most, you know.
100%. Don't you wish that some days you could sit on a carpet square with Jesus sitting next to you on another carpet square?
I do, yes. I suppose my best prayer times are something kind of like that anyway, though, aren't they?
Yes. Yes, they are. Well, Jason, tell me the story behind this book. Obviously, it's a beautiful song, Sparrows. But what made you go, let's turn a song into a book?
Yeah, I've been wanting to do this for about 10 years and just kind of encountered obstacles and a lack of enthusiasm from people I was talking to about it. And then all of a sudden, my record label, they decided they wanted to develop the publishing arm of their business and stuff. And so they thought that I was the right candidate. And I was like, you have no idea. I've been wanting to do this for years. And so as we wondered about which songs might be good contenders, Sparrows kind of has childlikeness woven into the DNA of it, you know.
Yes.
My experience is that all the ways that we worry, all the ways that we try to manage that worry and fear through controlling, right?
Yes.
Like all of those things age us before our time. They make us old before our time, right?
Right.
And that the antidote to all of that is that if we can learn how to hold things with an open hand and trust the Lord, trust his heart for us, that the one who watches over the sparrows is also watching over us, you know, that when we're able to release all that to him, it restores us to childlikeness, you know. And that's in the song itself. Like, you know, when I wrote the song, I wanted to have a melodic motif in it that I thought was very childlike. So the la, 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 la is a very children's type of song to my ear. And we had children sing it on the record, you know. So just even in the DNA of the song itself, it had this childlike aspect to it.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful, the book and the song. And I will never get over the fact that Jesus tells us that God counts the hairs on our heads, that we're much more valuable than many sparrows. Jason, what does that mean to you?
Oh, I suppose all of those verses are intended to remind us that we're not alone, we're not unseen, right?
Yes.
We can feel unseen or forgotten about, especially, you know, when we're in the midst of some great hardship, right? It's like, is God even aware that I exist? Does he see what's going on? Does he care, you know? And those verses assure us that he sees, he cares enough to count all the hairs on your head. That's a lot of care, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to talk about the main character in your beautiful book. Her name is Ellie. Ellie has a problem. So what's going on in her life?
Ellie has a recurring rash that's I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I was like, wait, I don't think I saw that.
Yeah. No, she has a speech handicap, just like I do. She's a stutterer, when we meet her, we see that she's being bullied by her anxiety and her fear, but she's also being bullied by a classmate, Annabelle, who teases her because of her speech handicap. And so Ellie is very anxious about, what Annabelle is going to say and how she's going to tease her, And then she goes to church and hears the preacher speaking about how the Lord, who cares after the sparrows, how much more is he going to care for Ellie, right? Yes. And that gives her the perspective and the truth that she needs to help her manage her anxiety, right? Yes. And I hope that that's what happens for the kids who read the book, that they begin to be equipped with what they need to be able to not be at the mercy of their anxiety, to speak the larger truths over our anxiety. It's good if we can learn that early, right?
Oh, yes. Earlier, the better. Yeah. I can picture kids holding this book and feeling that and seeing that perspective. I'm so glad that it's now a real thing. Your dream has come true. And I wanted to ask you, Jason, Thanksgiving just weeks away, what are you most grateful for as you look back over 2024?
Wow, so much to be grateful for, and I'm not saying that we're old, Erica. Okay, nope, we're not old. But as we get older, right, do you find that you just become more and more grateful? Like, I'd say that gratitude is becoming the banner over my life. I'm grateful for this book. I'm grateful for the people who I got to work with on it. Jess Waller is a children's author. I learned a lot working with her. Like, she really speaks the language of children, and it's beautifully illustrated by Hillary Griffith. One of the things I'm so grateful for about the book is that there's like a little bit of an Easter egg hunt in the book. Oh. Every spread in the book, somewhere in the spread, there is a sparrow. If you can find it, a bird, right? Oh. And one of the things that I think is so beautiful about that is it's a reminder that peace and hope is always in the frame, right? Yes. And it's always being offered to us. It's always available to us if we can recognize it, if we can spot it, I wish we could say that was some premeditated idea that we had. But that was something we discovered the possibility for as we were working on the book, and it was one of the last-minute additions, like, oh, wow, this is great, but whoa, I wonder, could we make sure that there's a bird in every spread, And now that's the most beautiful idea to me in the book, is that peace, that promise that God's looking after us. It's always being offered to us. It's always in the frame, So I suppose that's emblematic of something that I'm increasingly grateful for, and that is that the Lord can send these healing messages through us, and we somehow get to participate in that. Songs are like that. I do the work, like it's hard work writing a song, it's hard work writing a book, but in spite of the hard work, somehow at the same time, it feels like a gift and like something it was working through me the whole time. I'm grateful for that sense. That we are one of the million tours by which His love enters the world.
Preach it. That's it. One of my favorite songs. Put Sparrows, the children's book, under the Christmas tree for the little you love, or maybe the grown-up you love this Christmas. And before I let you go here, Jason, you're one of my favorite people to talk Christmas with. Let's just say you and I are sitting on your sofa and the Christmas tree is lit, and maybe there's a Yankee candle personalized by one of your fans burning right there. And what true story, by the way, one of Jason's fans actually customized a Yankee candle with the word Sparrows on it. Very, very generous, very sweet. So here we are sitting in this imaginary room and feeling the peace. And now I'm turning towards you with my hot cocoa in my mug, and I'm saying, how did you grow closer to Jesus this year? What did it look like? What would you say?
My mentor, he said this thing that gets more beautiful to me the more I think about it. He says, in the conviction of sin, we see God seeing us, and we see love in His eyes. And what that means to me is that when the Lord reveals something that you need to work on, right?
Yeah.
And maybe that thing has been present in your life for your whole life, but you're just now seeing it like, oh, shoot. Oh, wow, I've been doing that all along. But when the Lord reveals it to us, when I pay attention to what conviction actually feels like, it feels like love. It feels like it's like, okay, you're doing good, and you are strong enough and mature enough for me to entrust this knowledge to you of this way that you've been getting it wrong. And he reveals my imperfection, my sin to me in that moment, and I feel trusted. And I see that he has seen it all along. I'm just seeing it for the first time now. And I see that he's seen it all along, and I see love in his eyes, that he's loved me, even though I've been doing this dumb thing, or I've been self-righteous or arrogant in some way that I'm only recognizing just now. I'm so grateful. Like I'm addicted to growth. I want to be more like Jesus, more and more. I want to be made of the love of Jesus. That if you could cut me open like a piece of cake, or something like that, you would see, oh, he's made of the love of Jesus.
Yes.
And so all the work that the Lord is doing in my life to move me towards that, and the ways that he is lovingly revealing the ways I'm getting it wrong, I'm so grateful for that. Conviction feels like love to me. It's invigorating. It feels like he's trusted me. Yeah.
You have the gift of giving perspective. Thank you, Jason Gray. Can't wait till we talk again.
Me too. Thank you, Erica.